kind of muscles you have? No. Bro, what kind of patterns you have? Or is it just aesthetics?
Training every single day, movement is improvement. So every time you take a chance to move your body, be mindful of it. Any movement will be an improvement. If you're mindful of your movements, you can expand your internal map of the body, have some understanding of some different movement patterns, even non-exercise, activity. Even though this right here that I record, I call this my official practice, but you never really leave your body. You're always moving. So every chance of your life, just be mindful of your movements, and every movement is an improvement. So I start off with some rotational movements with the sandbag. A lot of benefits from the rotational plane of motion. Most of the most fun, dangerous, safe, awesome movements are in the rotational plane of motion. And it inherently uses the entire body. And unfortunately, most people never train their rotational plane of motion. It stays completely linear movements in the frontal plane. The default for training is bodybuilding style training where it's just like curls, bench press, squat, lateral raises. I'll give them for what they are. They work in the lateral plane of motion, but anything other than frontal is few and far between, and there are very rarely rotational planes of motion like a single arm press or a single arm push-up kind of idea to stabilize and work the stability. But yeah, I use a lot of these training methods here to have better movement quality, better joint and joint control, bodily health. So that's what I'm doing. The Hindu push-ups, I've been harping these Hindu push-ups the past couple weeks because they're really good at building up the hamstring mobility and using some pushing patterns. Hopefully you guys are taking some inspiration from this, just to move a little bit more and to be a little bit more mindful of your movements, trying to expand your movement diet. I know it's like everyone likes to do the all-you-can-eat buffet, 1 hour, 4 days a week. 1 hour, 4 days a week is 2% of your time. And if you think 2% of your time will really lead to any sort of adaptations, you might want to reconsider what your body's really going to change, what these adaptations are. But you always move all the time. And if you can get in the habit of, trying to find these movement pattern increases so that your movement patterns, your mind is better to move, you can make more out of the less time. Even though I only work out like 5 minutes a day or so, I'm always moving. I try to live a more vigorous lifestyle. But today, actually, I was kind of resting a lot today because some of these movements were intense. I was trying yesterday to, get some nice calf work with the weights, trying to do some bodybuilding style weightlifting with the calves. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to hit the intensity. I wasn't sore at all today. So this is what I ended up doing for my training. I did, these jumps here, broad jumps forwards, very fun, train that frontal plane jumps. I very much enjoyed that. Use it or lose it is the motto. So that's why I try to get some jumping every single day, try to get some inversion, some handstand work, some crawling up quadrupedal movement. I'm just, articulating all the joints, training all the patterns I want to keep for a long time. Jumping is a plyometric, and that speed is really cool. Being stronger doesn't always relate to you being faster, or having faster muscles won't always allow you to perform better because you need to have your balance and your technique in place for running. You just need your agility in place. So the footwork. One of the things I used to do not too long ago and I want to get back into is just kind of hopping more, not really on camera, but just, if you're traveling around the house, do a couple hops here and there. It can really, it's like a jump rope, just a few jump rope jumps, just wherever without the jump rope, just the hopping without that. The splits here, I wanted to regress in the splits. I used to train a lot of the middle splits, but I want to, get the front splits, nice and strong, really master that again because I, have not trained it for a little bit of time and that regressed there. And, you really need to do the front splits before you can do the middle splits. And, working some rotation in the pulling patterns, doing the pull up with some rotations. The rotations really opened up the spine. I'm really trying to mobilize the lower spine. And I'm still doing some breath work, still expanding. Mainly be doing that off camera, but if you remember a few weeks ago, I'm tilting the head and then breathing deeply, and that really gets me to expand up throughout the neck. And then I gave one more handstand, trying to get the proper alignment. It's been tough to do the handstand because you'll see here the floor is really, really slippery. And when I ended up falling here, it was actually too slick for me to do the bridge. I couldn't press up because the floor is too slick. But anyways, that's what training I did for today. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the hype button. Follow my Instagram, leave a donation, whatever it is. Call me, $1 a minute. And I'll see you in the next video. Sincerely, thank you for making it to the end. I really do appreciate it. Bye-bye.